Hey guys, I've decided to take the IELTS speaking test. I'm going for a score of 9, but let's see how I do. Why don't you watch and then judge me and decide what score I deserve and leave a comment below and give me your score. Okay? Let's go.
Do you prefer relaxing at home or going out on the weekends?
I definitely prefer going out on the weekends. Get me out of my house. I want to see things, do things, meet people, enjoy the city, especially in the summer. It has so much to offer. I need to go out. I want to go out.
When you go out for an evening, what do you normally like to do?
When I go out for an evening, I love to go to a restaurant, eat out with my friends, and I also really enjoy the festivals that happen outdoors on the streets of Toronto, all across the city in the summertime. So it's great to be able to do something outside or even have a picnic in the park, listen to, for example, music during the jazz festival on the beaches. It's a great time to do that. And you can have a picnic all day, all night, and hang out with your friends, eat food, be outside, and watch and listen to live music.
Okay.
Wow,
How popular is this activity with other people in your country?
I would say in Toronto, it's very popular. The festivals in the city in the summer are very popular. Tons of people come. It gets quite crowded, and it's interesting because whichever festival you go to, there's a bit of a different crowd that comes depending on what the content is. So you get to really see the people who live in the city and more of the people who get to live in the city and different kinds of people who live in the city that in the winter you don't get to see so often.
Mm-hmm. Is there any kind of entertainment you do not like and why?
Entertainment? Any kind of entertainment that I do not like? Let me think about that. Any kind of entertainment that I don't like? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I don't like. I would say I'm quite picky. I don't really enjoy most blockbuster movies, for example, that are very popular. I'm drawn to very different kinds of films. Most of the comedies, mainstream sort of Hollywood comedies that a lot of people go and watch, I don't really find them that funny, so I'm not a fan of most of them. What else? What other entertainment do I not like? I'm not big into watching sports. Although when I was growing up, I loved to watch soccer. But now I'm not really into that. Although I do see the appeal for other people, because sometimes when I do it with people who are really into it, I think, wow, that was so relaxing, mentally. What a great mental vacation from my life, because you get so engrossed in it, and it's something very simple that you can follow, and I understand the appeal of it, but it's not really my thing.
Okay. Part 2. So you're going to get the paper, and the question on that paper is this. Describe one of your friends. How you met. How long you've known each other. How you typically spend time together. And explain why you like this person. So one more time. Describe one of your friends. How you met. How long you've known each other. How you typically spend time together, and explain why you like this person. Okay.
All right.
That's good.
So I have a friend called Lisa, and how would I describe her? I love her personality. She's fun, and she is also can be very serious. and so you can have all kinds of conversations with her, you know, from the fun to the serious. And she's honest and non-judgmental and very wise, and always has great insight and opinions on things, and I really enjoy the way she expresses herself. And she's someone that I trust and I feel very comfortable with, and I can talk to her, I feel, about anything. And also, a lot of times I will just, when I don't know the answer to things, I'll ask her because she probably knows. How do we meet? We met in a class many, many years ago. Like, I would say 11 years ago we met in a class that we were taking, and we became friends. Even though we didn't actually really work together in the class, we watched each other work. But we would take the subway up to North York where we both lived, and so we got to talking always on our commute. And usually when we would get to the last station, we would just like we would get out of the train, I would stand on the platform and then like keep talking for like 40 minutes. So that's how we bonded, is we had a lot to talk about. And how we spend time together, well, she does live quite far away from me, so when we do meet up, it's like a project. We decide, okay, let's go out. So we go out for dinner or we go out for drinks. A lot of times I will go to her house and hang out at her house because she's a mom of 2 and she has a lot to do. So she can't always come out. So I go, and it's always really fun to hang out with her at her house because my pen is not a big deal. I'm going to keep going. I love actually hanging out with her and her kids, and she lives with they're a big family and people of many different generations living together, and then she has a best friend who has kids who's always over at her house, so it's like, it always feels like a party. Why do I like her? Well, I think I said a lot of reasons why I like her. She's a very good person, and she has a great personality, and she's a very good friend, very loyal, and she's been there for me through thick and thin, and she knows me very well.
All right, beautiful.
Sorry about that technical.
What do you think are the most important qualities for a great friend?
I would say number 1 is someone who's non-judgmental is a big one. And someone who's a good listener. Someone who's a good listener is very important. Someone who is kind, kind and supportive and is there for you when you need someone to talk to. Not someone who only wants you when you're at your best, Mm-hmm. Someone who is really interested in getting to know you as a whole, not just, for fun times.
Okay. Which are more important to people, their family or their friends, and why?
Well, it depends on the person. Everybody's different. Some people don't get along well with their families. And in that case, their friends are very important to them, are more important to them. Their friends become their family. And some people are very family oriented. So for example, once they get married and have their own children and create their own families, because all their energy and focus goes into that, and they want to do the best, give the best of themselves to that, and it's their priority, their friends become less important to them, or they don't invest that much time and energy in their friendships. It really depends on the person. Everybody's different, and everybody has their reasons why they prefer one over the other.
Mm-hmm. What do you think causes relationships to break up?
Romantic relationships?
It doesn't say.
Any kinds.
Any kind.
Well, again, it could be 1,001 different things. But usually it has to do with trust breaking, or one person hurting the other person, or you have certain expectations of the other person in the relationship, and that person doesn't fulfill those expectations, and you feel let down. whatever the expectations are.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other types of relationship, apart from friends or family, are important in people's lives?
Apart from friends and family, I think it is very important to have just people who are not necessarily close to you, but people that are acquaintances, and you guys have like a friendly and warm acquaintanceship together, because that kind of fulfills another aspect of your needs as a human being, just like having a pleasant, uncomplicated chat with somebody at work every day, or with the person at the local grocery store where you go, that person that you see all the time. Those relationships they do a lot to make you feel at home, for example, in your neighborhood, or feel like you have allies at work. And I would say like teacher-student relationship is a very important relationship in anybody's life. If you're a student, no matter how old you are, whatever kind of class you're taking, I think to have a mentor in any way that can have a huge positive impact on your life. And if you have a teacher or mentor who is not so great, it can also impact your life in a big way. So I would say that's a very important relationship that's different than family, friends, or acquaintances or colleagues.
Okay. Have relationships with neighbors where you live changed in recent years? And if yes, how?
Yeah, where I live, I've lived there for 6 years, and it's an apartment building. And over the years, I have become better friends with the neighbors that I talk to and I see regularly. And it's great. It's great to have a good relationship with your neighbors, because you guys can help each other with anything related to living where you're living. And if you have any questions or concerns, you always know that you can reach out to your neighbor, and they are maybe right there, so maybe they're more available to help you or give you the answer that you need or point you in the right direction. But of course, like with anything, it takes time and effort to build that trust, right? So the more time you spend talking and chatting in the times where you don't need anything, from that person, that is very helpful to that relationship and connection, which I think it's great. If you can become friends with a neighbor of yours, have a really good relationship with a neighbor of yours, it's a wonderful thing to have in your life.
All right, final question. How important do you think is it for a person to spend some time alone?
I think spending time alone is very important, and it's very healthy. And you can learn so much about yourself spending time alone. You can learn things about yourself that you cannot learn about yourself if you are always in the company of others. So I think it is a blessing. And it can be a luxury, of course. Some people don't have the opportunity to have like personal space. But it can also be difficult sometimes. It can be isolating and lonely, but definitely I think there's a lot of good things about spending time alone, and it's important to have a balance. It's important to just, spend time alone and take the time to have space from other people so that you can really think and have time to reflect and be with yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
That's
you.
the end of your IELTS
How did I
speaking
do?
test.
How did I do? 9? Come on, guys. You know you want to give me a 9. I deserve it. I am eagerly awaiting your comments.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Happy learning.
So, how was it? We hope you found this episode useful, guys. Don't forget to subscribe here for more lessons like this one. Keep on practicing.